4B decenters men about as much as Shira 7 does. First of all, it is impossible to decenter something that is the entire focus of your identity, and the entire focus of the 4B movement is anti-man.
Yes and no. I disagree with Sedona to a point, but I also agree with her on this one aspect of it. I don't believe that the 4B movement is punishing men, at least the way that I interpret it with my mutuals who are actively doing it. However, I do agree with her that the conversation part of 4B, now that we know what it is and what it's about, why is the conversation still focused on men? I think that's the part that we need to shift. We know that decentering men makes us safer, happier, and healthier. But now that we've defined decentering men, we've made the decision that we're going to actively decenter men, the conversation needs to shift from being focused on men to being focused on women. To wit, my mutuals and I came up with an idea. This idea does two things. It returns the focus back to women first, and second, it provides a pretty good framework for a protest. Not a protest against men, punishing men. No. The protest is about the system that centers men, not the men themselves. To wit, let me introduce you to Operation Fem Freeze. What is Operation Fem Freeze? Well, there's 5 principles. Now, to be clear, this is not a protest to punish men. This is about the places and spaces that commodify women and stepping away from those places and spaces, not allowing them to commodify us further. Here's how it works. First, we're stepping away from bars and nightclubs. These are spaces that rely on the presence of women in order to get men to come to the establishment and spend money. In these types of spaces, women are the product. Booze is just incidental. Number 2, dating apps. This should be obvious. Dating apps, women are definitely the product. And we've been stepping away from dating apps for a while now, but we really need to put those down completely, wholeheartedly, delete the account. Don't just go inactive because they will still count you as a user if you still have an account. So delete your account, delete the apps off your phone. We're done with dating apps. They're trash anyway. Consumer spending. This is a big one. We are not going to be purchasing frivolous gifts for Christmas. We are only going to purchase consumer products that we require for our daily lives. Nothing beyond that. And if we have to engage in consumer spending for the holidays, we patron a Black or Brown owned business. Number 4, social media platforms. This is a big one. I've been shocked and somewhat angered by the amount of female creators I see on live TikTok panels that are still talking to men, still explaining to men what feminism is, still explaining to men how the systems of capitalism, patriarchy, and misogyny work to oppress us. Why are we still talking to them? This election, they made it clear that they don't care. So why are we still trying to justify our humanity to a group of people who have sent us every indication that they don't give a shit? Why? So what this one means is stop engaging with men on the internet. The reason this is important is because when men come into female-centered spaces, they suck up all the energy in the room, which is precisely what they want. They feed off our energy, our attention. Men feel as they're entitled. Men feel like they're entitled not just to our bodies, but to our time and to our attention. Don't give it to them. Refocus your time and attention on members of your community. Refocus your time and attention on yourself, on building up yourself, building up your wealth, building your skill set, things and steps to make yourself safe. Don't waste valuable energy engaging with men online. Stop talking to trolls. Stop inviting men up on panels. Stop talking to them. Stop engaging in conversation. Stop watching male-centered media, whether it's done by a woman or a man. If it's male-centered or done by a man, stop engaging with that content. Unfollow, unblock, unsubscribe. Don't get in their comment section. Don't entertain trolls. Don't go on panels with men. Don't invite them on your panels. This is an energy suck. The time and stress we spend still trying to reason with men takes time away from the things we need to be doing right now. which is safety and community building. Taking that self-defense class, going to the pew pew range, installing that new security system in your house, learning new skills, gathering resources, stockpiling cash. These are the things we need to be focused on. Do not engage with them anymore. And finally, number 5, earning below our worth. We're going to start charging more money for our services. If you're a woman and you're a business owner, it's time to raise your prices. If you're a freelancer, time to raise your prices. If you're negotiating for a raise, up your negotiation price. Our time and our labor has been undervalued far too long. And what numbers 3 and number 5 do is help us shore up our finances. It fosters more economic independence, keeps more money in women's pockets. Instead of allowing other groups to profit off of us, we want that money to go in our pockets. If the money is a result of our labor, it should go in our pockets and no one else's. This is about avoiding male-centered spaces and building female-centered spaces, ensuring our safety, preserving our wealth, and growing the economic independence of women in general across the country. If you're interested in this, please like and share this video with the following hashtags below, and go to femfreeze.org for more information. Let's shift our focus from decentering men to recentering women.